Albanese says he raised Australia's concerns about the flares.
We have disagreements and friends are able to discuss issues frankly. I did that directly. That's what we're able to do.
A northern suburbs man will face court following a crash that left his car sideways in the city last night. The 21-year-old allegedly flipped his Nissan sedan at the intersection of O'Brien and Gilbert Street just after 7. Following further investigations, the driver was charged for the misuse of a motor vehicle and driving in a dangerous manner. His initial fine was withdrawn and he'll face court at a later date. The countdown is on to the 2026 Adelaide Festival. It's been announced British band Pulp will kick off proceedings with a free concert at Elder Park on February 27. Artistic Director Matthew Lutton says it's a truly international program.
We have theatre that's coming from South Korea and Germany and Belgium, dance from China and the UK and Australia, opera from America and France.
It's hoped upping heights limits on future city buildings will attract more developers and investors. Planning reforms are being overhauled by the state government in conjunction with Adelaide Airport. Pre-approvals for an increase of up to 15 stories on the current limit is designed to streamline the process. The Property Council's Bruce Jite welcomes the forward thinking.
The state government is taking a very pro-development stance. That's been clear. Their ambition's bold, and whilst the Adelaide City Council does have a target of doubling the city's population, well, some of these planning regulations needed to change, and that investment needs to be attracted.
The United States and China have agreed on a framework for a potential trade deal between the two countries. It will be discussed when President Donald Trump meets with his counterpart in South Korea. It's understood China may defer tightening rules on the export of critical minerals which are used in manufacturing. Microsoft is facing court action accused of misleading millions of Australians about their subscription plans for popular software. The ACCC alleges the tech giant told customers they either had to pay more and accept AI integration with their 365 plans or cancel altogether. But people could actually continue their same plan at the same price. Gina Cascott-Lieb from the ACCC says people may have felt pressured.
They're using not only Outlook, email, they're using the cloud services to store all their photos. Kids might be doing PowerPoint for school or are drafting a Word doc, and so many of the services were very important to consumers.
Now turning to 5AA Sport. Australia has ended speculation over the fitness of captain Pat Cummins ahead of the Ashes. Jordan Tunbridge reports.
Pat Cummins will miss the first test against England in Perth due to a back injury suffered in July.
We've run out of time, unfortunately, but really optimistic and hopeful for the second test match, so he'll be back bowling this week, and that's a huge step.
Cricket Australia men's coach Andrew McDonald says Cummins is making strong progress in his recovery.
It'll almost be one of those things where you'll see him in work and it'll almost be a question of why isn't he playing in Perth. That's where we think he'll be placed by that.
In F1, Oscar Piastri now trails McLaren teammate Lando Norris by 1 point in the Drivers' Championship after finishing 5th in the Mexico Grand Prix. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at Trott Park, delays clearing from an earlier smash at Majors Road near Lonsdale Road. South Plimpton, residual delays on Cross Road near Winifred Avenue due to a smash. And Jepps Cross, urgent telecommunication works on Port Wakefield Road near White Road. Busy South Road, Edwardstown slow, Brighton Road, Brighton with a camera Happy Valley Drive at Happy Valley. If you're a four-wheel drive enthusiast, Peters Suspension and Brakes offer a wide range of products that can help make your next trip the best ever. Peters, the 4x4 undercar experts. Adelaide's most accurate traffic. On 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Fly Adelaide to Europe return from $1,599 economy class or $7,965 business class. Visit pht.com.au.
Partly cloudy today, 21. Sunny tomorrow, 21 the top also. Wednesday, mostly sunny, top of 22. Thursday, a shower or two, 27. Friday, top of 24. Right now, it's 17 degrees. Let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
In your suburb.
Good evening from Port Noarlunga.
Across your state.
A sombre scene here in Bordertown tonight.
9 News is covering the stories that matter to South Australians.
We begin with breaking news tonight.
South Australian parents urged to be extra vigilant.
Because your home is our home. Adelaide is your city. 9 is your news.
Streaming live via the FIVEAA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is FIVEAA, always Adelaide. FIVEAA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
Great to have your company on this Monday afternoon, 7 minutes after 3, just when you think FIVEAA Afternoons can't get any better. They can, because you've now got the Complete Care live stream, Facebook and YouTube. You get to hear as well as see Dr. Derek McNair, who is here from the Norwood Parade Vet Clinic, or the Parade Norwood Vet Clinic. Either. Tomato, tomato. Lovely to see you. Welcome aboard. How are you?
Good. Thank you. I mean, you just got me thinking this weekend I'm going to a wedding and I'm going to dust off the kilt.
Are you really?
For a change, yes.
Excellent.
Haven't worn it for just over a year.
Really?
But it's a black tie, so if you come originally from Scotland, I'm a true blue Aussie now. But yes, I had the chance to air the kilt, dust down the sporran, and off we go.
That is. Can I ask you questions before people ask you questions about their pets? 8223 0000 if you want to speak to Dr. Derek.
Yes.
Can only Scots wear kilts?
Yes, or people who are affiliated to a clan.
Right.
And a tartan.
Is it a family kilt? Is it something?
Yes. Well, there's actually not a McNair tartan. The McNairs in the old days used to fight with the McFarlanes.
Oh.
So we have a McFarlane tartan.
Gotcha.
And my kilt, some tartans I think look really good and some tartans don't look so good.
Mm-hmm.
But I think all tartans have got a hunting tartan. So they're green-based for when you're crawling through the heather, trying to do whatever you do crawling through the heather.
Mm-hmm.
So they're mainly green, so you camouflage. So my kilt is the hunting McFarlane, which, I think is quite a cool kilt.
Do you only break the kilt out for special occasions and happy occasions? Would you wear a kilt to a funeral, or is it only a celebration you'd kilt up?
In Scotland, they do.
Okay.
In Scotland, people will wear kilts to funerals, but since I've been in Australia, I've only worn them to happy occasions. Okay. So weddings and parties and shindigs and stuff like that.
And you know the question's coming. The last question. Is it warm enough without anything underneath? Do you go jocks? Do you go bike shorts? What do you do?
We can't answer that question. We're not allowed to answer that question.
Excellent.
And you can get into trouble when you try and find out.
Really? It's like the Colonel's secret herbs and spices. We sort of know, but we don't know.
It's more secretive than the Colonel's spices, yes.
Well, something to look...
It's a well-kept secret.
Hey, be careful in this kind of weather. It's a bit windy out. Dr. Derek is here.
Time to talk all things pets with Dr. Derek.
All right, don't be shy. Sometimes people leave it late and then we run out of time. We've got to get to headlines. So if you've got a question about your pet, maybe something happened across the weekend with your dog or your cat, or in general, this is a chance for you to just tap into the mind of Dr. Derek McNair, who has been a vet for how long?
Don't rush me, 42 years.
42?
Yeah, I'm slowly getting the hang of it.
That's right.
Give me another 42. I'll be quite good.
You'll master it.
Yes, I'll get there eventually.
Time.
That's why they say you're going to practice. That's why they call it you're going to practice. So that's why I think we could just keep practicing.
Very good.
And hopefully get good eventually.
Did you want to be a vet straight out of the gates?
I wanted to either be a vet or a doctor because I was interested in science and medical things. And fortunately, I had an interview at university. I left school when I was 16, and I got an interview at university, and the vet, the Glasgow Vet College said, if you go back to school, do another year, we'll let you in next year.
Oh, that's
so
good.
I thought that's good. And I've always liked, and people say, and vets always say, do you like animals? Yes, I do like animals, so that helps as well. But a lot of the job is dealing with people, obviously, because you have to deal with the owners and sometimes broach difficult topics and emotional subjects and things like that. So that's, I was going to say, it's nice. You get to know people. I had clients in this morning who, sadly, their dog went to heaven about 4 years ago, and they came in this morning with a new cat, so I hadn't seen them for 4 years, and that was just really nice. Really, really nice. Martin was in, and he said I hadn't changed, and I told him he had to go to Specsavers, and
but no, it's a great point you raised, because you would have done all of the heavy lifting from an education point of view. But you're right, it's the bedside manner and everything else that goes with it. Like, even as you were talking then, I'm thinking about it. The two saddest times in my life are with you, when both of my dogs died. But also even just breaking the news of when you told us our second dog had cancer. Like, that's a difficult job that they probably, they teach you over time, but that's also just personal relationships, isn't it? Like, you're in the relationship business, because that news is so hard and heavy to take for people.
It's terrible. And many times I'll have clients come in and they say, I love my dog more than I love my husband or my wife. And sometimes you think there's a bit of humour, and other times you actually think, no, there isn't. And that's because everyone who's listening who has a dog or cat and budgies, rabbits and stuff like that as well, they are part of your family. And I guess the hard thing is they generally don't live as long as we do. So you have 2 or 3 or 4 during your lifetime. And it's very difficult, because you still, and you're probably like me, I still talk to Jill almost every day, and we'll talk about our previous dogs and cats who are no longer here, and the funny quirks and behaviours they used to have. And, you sort of say, you give anything to have them back again for a day, but then you'd want another day and another day. But sadly, that's life.
I was trying to think. I heard over the weekend somewhere, I was watching someone, and someone said that with all the technology that we have now and the science, and we can clone sheep.
Yes.
Let's clone a dog that lives 70 years so we can have the dog with us the whole time. As opposed, because you think you live your life, you might have 10 dogs.
Yes.
You might have anywhere. We've now got, this is our third and fourth.
Yes.
My kids have seen 2 dogs go, and they've got 2 new, and they're 16 and 14.
Yes. Yes. Well, it's not funny. It was about 2 months ago. I was sort of helping a dog go to heaven, and I said to the lady owner, I said, if you want to become a billionaire, I said the exact same thing. I said, see if you can invent a dog that will last 50 years. I said 50, you said 70. And she said, if you got them to last 50, you'd want them to live longer.
True.
Than that. You'd always want them to go on a bit longer. I said, that's very true. I was sort of settling my sights on 50, but you would. So,
I'm not sure I believe in the Rainbow Bridge, but I hope it exists.
Yes.
I look forward to that one day.
I think so.
It's going to be chaos, but it's going to be fun. If you've got a question for Dr. Derek, 8223 0000. Serena from Shido Park has texted in first up for you, Dr. Derek. She says she has a question about her pet Chihuahua.
Yes.
Archie gets really scared with thunder and lightning. Pants heavily, shakes. Is there any way to handle this and to help him not being scared, please?
Yes, there definitely is. It depends. There's 2 things, and I'll come back to one of them. If they say if they're not so beside themselves, if they're really panicking, if they're going to run through a glass door, then you actually want to sit with them and comfort them. But if they're only a little bit edgy, then the specialists believe you don't comfort them, because that can almost sort of reassure them there's a need to be comforted. So there is something scary going on, and that's why I'm trying to comfort you and tell you everything will be okay. But if you get the one extreme where they're really panicking and possibly going to cause harm to themselves, then often we'll give them some medication.
Okay.
So there's good medication that doesn't last for long and that usually has no side effects whatsoever. We usually actually give gabapentin and sometimes trazodone and sometimes both of them together. I find also those adaptable collars that I talk about a lot, they can help in milder cases. In extreme cases, I don't think they're strong enough. And yes, again, you have to weigh it up, because a lot of dogs, it's the noise that panics them, but they've found a lot of them, they can tell it's a change in atmospheric pressure. So they actually start panicking before we even realise that there's storms coming. They can sense it ahead of us. And some owners will say, I'm not quite sure why Fido's climbing up the wall and nothing's happened. And then 10 minutes later, they'll hear a clap of thunder. So it depends on the scale of it. But you don't want them to get beside themselves. If you do have to, certainly comfort them, wrap them up in a blanket. You can get what was called thunder shirts, and that was why. And they're actually sort of fairly sort of tight-fitting T-shirts, basically. And so this is, and they're good if you're not going to be in the house, and it gives the dogs the feeling that they're being hugged. So it gives them a feeling of reassurance. So we use them for a lot of things. They're called thunder shirts because initially they were to help dogs who panicked in thunderstorms, but we use them for lots of different anxiety things, separation anxiety, in the cars, which I forgot to mention last week when someone phoned up asking about the dogs getting car sick. And so thunder shirts as well can be very helpful. The other thing that sometimes works is sort of not feeding them beforehand. It doesn't always work, and then actually feeding them when the storm arrives. So to give them something to take their mind off it.
Good idea.
Yes.
Because I'm sure a few people would have had that over the weekend with the storm that we had Saturday afternoon.
Yes.
I sort of had one of those fatiguey weekends. I wasn't feeling very well, and I was laying down and my dogs laid with me and they didn't care. And I thought, good, thunder and lightning.
They had your
away.
reassurance. And obviously, if you think a storm's going to come, make sure your dogs and cats are indoors.
Yeah.
Lock them indoors because they can panic and disappear.
It makes sense. Dr. Derek is here from the Parade Norwood Vet Clinic. Got a question for Dr. Derek? Don't be shy. 8223 0000. And thank you to your son Callum, who has sent in a photo saying the old man looks pretty good in a kilt. So we might even see if we can get that up on the live stream.
Oh dear.
For you, Dr. Derek. That's after the break.
Australians deserve a stronger pharmaceutical benefits scheme, one that is faster, fairer and fit for the future. Did you know it has been 30 years since the PBS was reviewed? In that time, science and medicines have made significant advancements, but our process for getting Australians access to these advancements is letting us down. If you would like to do your part to help all Australians waiting to access critical medicines, simply visit strongerpbs.com.au today.
Shane from Drummond Golf, you've been busy turning good golfers into great golfers.
We certainly have, Rowie. We have the best gear for golfers at all levels. And with the price match guarantee, you know you'll get the best for less.
And you'll improve their game with Mini Golf Max, Big Swing Simulators and My Match Expert Fitting. You've helped me, Shane. I shot over 200 metres the other day.
What, in the right direction, Timmy?
That's the next lesson, boys.
Lift your game with Drummond Golf, Australia's biggest golf retailer.
Collect 5 times everyday rewards points on every shop at Woolworths. Just tap Boost in the app before you shop in-store or online to collect 5 times bonus points. Hurry, Member Frenzy ends Tuesday. Offer ends 28 October. T's and C's apply.
Whether you're running a big project or juggling multiple sites, meetings and deadlines, that's a Kennard's Hire job. From roads, transport and renewables to schools and hospitals, if you're in charge of major infrastructure projects, Kennard's Hire has the capability, solutions and expertise to make the job easy. So when you need the right solution with 24/7 support, that's a Kennard's Hire job.
Hi, Kennard's Hire.
Talk to our experts today.
Kennard's make your job easy.
At Blackwell Funerals, we care about what matters most. When it comes to saying goodbye, we're here with compassion, dignity and support. Visit blackwellfunerals.com.au to learn more.
For over 12,000 South Australians, the most important meal of the day is from Meals on Wheels. Behind the meals and behind the wheels are our wonderful volunteers, like our drivers who deliver the delicious meals to our customers.
Amanda, hello.
If you love driving, we could do with you.
Smells delicious.
delicious.
Become a volunteer today and help us keep the wheels turning.
See you tomorrow, Chris.
Visit mealsonwheelssa.org.au for details.
Living with diabetes? Ditch finger pricks with Freestyle Libre. Freestyle Libre is a small wearable sensor that monitors your glucose levels and trends and sends them straight to your phone. Instant, up-to-date feedback. No finger pricks. How good is that? And you can trial Freestyle Libre for only $15. Just head to freestylelibre.com.au to find out how. T's and C's apply. Follow directions for use. Read warnings before purchase. Free yourself from finger pricks with Freestyle Libre.
5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
And Dr. Derek McNair, who is here from the Parade Nord Vet Clinic. Got a question for Dr. Derek about your pet? 8223 0000. Sue from Christie's Beach said, Dr. Derek, my dog has a Thunder shirt inherited from his predecessor. Use it when I'm going out for a length of time. Best buy ever. Where do we get a Thunder shirt from?
Some vets and most pet shops will have it. And if you take your dog in, then they'll fit you out for size sort of thing. Because you don't want one that's too big. It has to be the correct fit.
Gotcha. Okay. Our Complete Care live stream, Facebook and YouTube. Dr. Derek is here. You can see Dr. Derek. We're going to try this. There it is. There's you and your kilt at a family event. Callum, your lovely wife.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, look at the kilt. The kilt. I think that's the time the kilt was slipping a bit because the
does the kilt sit below the knees?
No, it just sits at the knees.
At the knees.
Yes.
Okay.
So my belt was about to burst that day. I had to do a quick repair job. Nothing to do with the big tummy hanging over the top. I don't think.
Look, excellent. Oh, good. Well, kilted up this weekend. Hey, so we're October very soon. You can tell if you go to the shops now. It's Christmas isn't far away because they're decked out already. Summer will be here upon us.
Yes.
What's your biggest issues in summer with pets?
Oh, lots of issues. The H's that we always talk about is probably top of the list.
Yep.
Grass seeds have started happening. So
between the paws,
between the toes is the most common place, but they get up the noses, in the ears. Yes, it's probably the next. So if you've got a fluffy dog with, and we get it sometimes in cats, but cats are usually pretty good at pulling them out if they start to dig in.
Yep.
It's mainly dogs, and so if you've got a dog with fluffy feet, then at the end of every walk, especially if you've been in grass and stuff, have a check between the toes because you'll catch them before they start burrowing in.
Yes.
And if you see your dog starting to lick just sort of one paw in one spot, then see if you can have a quick check and see if you can find them. And just, they're like little sort of beige coloured darts, and if you grab them and you can pull them out before they get under the skin.
Do you know, I always notice at summertime too, you have the cow trop sort of dries out, goes from like a softer three-corner jack into a hard solid, and I'll notice that sometimes we'll walk through a park with the dogs and they're walking fine, then all of a sudden they get a limp up and you go, right, grab the paw, feel straight away, and you're just sticking into
underneath
the pads.
Yes.
Poor little buggers.
Yep.
Sue from Christie's Beach, got a question for you or a comment? Hello, Sue.
See, hey, I can talk. I don't just text all the time. It's going.
Good.
What I wanted to talk about was the Thunder shirt that I just sent the text about.
Yes.
Because I had a dog who was really anxious, like big time. And as I said, my next dog's not much different than he's about the same size. So I have, but when it was sold or when the vet was telling me, she said the advertising says it's like a big hug from mum because it's a very tight fitting thing. And I swear by it, and I'd absolutely recommend it to anyone that's got an anxious dog.
Yes, they often, and the good thing about it, and I often say with different medications, that the good thing is if there's no side effects. So, and obviously with a Thunder shirt, again, the worst that can happen is it doesn't help. And in some cases it doesn't. But as you said, Sue, in some cases it's fabulous. And you can use it for all sort of anxious situations. So
now, can I tell you a little story here? I've actually, because I've got a cat that's really nervous about going to the vet.
Yes.
I've actually put it on him, and I reckon it helped.
Oh, okay.
Because he's not much smaller. I mean, he's a huge cat. So,
yes.
Yeah, and and I put it on. I really do believe it helped. So yeah.
Yes, and as you say, it's just meant to mimic getting a hug and sort of feeling reassured. So Thank you, Sue.
Thank you, Sue.
It's very good to know, and it's good to get feedback to sort of show that it does work sometimes.
Excellent advice.
Yep.
Larry is in Smithfield. Larry, you're speaking to Dr. Derek.
Good afternoon, Dr. Derek. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Larry.
I've got a 10-year-old Jack Russell, and sometimes it might happen every 6 months or so. He uses like a dark pussy thing from his eye.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just wondering if you could say what that was, or do I need to take him to the vet, or?
Well, that's a difficult one to answer because you don't want to say, yes, you can treat it yourself. When the big thing to do is, if it's just a little bit of pus, a couple of things to do. One is to lift up his upper eyelid and check the white of the eye. And if the white of the eye is still white and it's just as white as the other eye, then that is a good sign. The other thing is if he's not blinking and showing discomfort. If
he's not showing any discomfort, like he doesn't want to scratch it or anything like that. So
good. Well, that's an important thing as well, because if he was doing that, then I would say go to the vet. And the other one, which usually they're showing discomfort, is if the pupils are not equal size. If the affected eye, if the pupil is smaller than the other eye, so just sort of stand in front of them and get a torch. If the pupil is smaller in one eye, that usually means that there's inflammation inside the eye. But usually then, if it's as bad as that, they will be uncomfortable and they will be blinking. They may be avoiding light. So if none of those things are happening, you can actually, and I shouldn't say this, I'll do some vets out of some business here. You can actually just go to the chemist and buy Chlorcig eye drops or eye ointment over the counter.
Okay.
Yeah, and they cost about $7 or $8. And they are quite safe to use in dogs. They've got chloramphenicol in them, which is an antibiotic, and that will clear up a lot of green pussy eye conditions. But as I say, I always get a bit hesitant. I feel very careful or a bit hesitant about saying with eye things, just try this first. But if you're really sure that your dog's not uncomfortable, the pupils are the same size and the white of the eye is still white, you could certainly try that for a few days and see if it clears up. The cause of it, if it's green, it's a bacterial infection. It can start from anything.
It's a browny colour.
Is it
like
brown? Okay,
yeah.
Sorry. If it's brown, that is often just dried tear secretion. And in summertime, dogs like us can get hay fever and their eyes can water more because of the hay fever. And sometimes the eyes water so much that there's too much to be absorbed down into the tear ducts, and so it overflows onto the face. And then tears, when they dry up, often become brown or black. So again, check the white of the eye, pupils the same size, not bothering your dog. Cold tea, you might not even need the Chlorcig. Cold tea is very nice for mildly sore eyes. Green tea, make sure it's cold, obviously. No milk, no sugar, and just give the eye a bit of a wipe. It's very soothing. I use cold tea in my eyes if they're sore.
Oh, there you go. Good on you, Larry. Thank you for that. Great question. So that's what we used to call in the old days like sleep. So in the corner of your eye, just sort of the dried, which dogs get quite a bit of that.
Yes, and it's just dried tear secretion. But as I say, you got to be careful with eyes. Obviously, you've only got two, so if they get badly damaged, you can't form a replacement. So you want to make sure the dog's not blinking, the eye's not inflamed. Any of those things happen, do go to the vet in case there's an ulcer or glaucoma or something like that.
Yeah, that Chlorcig stuff you talk about in the little tube with the little clear, drop it on the eyelids. If you get a sty or contact lenses, wearers will know sometimes if you leave your contacts in, your eyes get sore. That's magic, that stuff.
Yes, it's good.
It is good. Lovely to see you as always. How do we find you if we want to come and see you in the flesh?
Not always recommended, but if they want to come to the clinic, then 27 The Parade, Norwood, the Fullerton Road end, and the phone number's 83635323.
Enjoy your wedding this weekend.
We will. Thank you very much.
Kilt up. We want photos. From you or Callum.
Thank you.
Either or. Dr. Derek with the latest on your pets. Short break. We've got headlines on the other side. The winners of the block. Do you watch the block?
I watched it last night.
Disaster. Not great. Good for them. Not so much for everyone else. That's next.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon. Tamira Francis here with the 3:30 News headlines. The first ever direct Adelaide to Christchurch flight departs tomorrow. Growing calls to safeguard the Great Barrier Reef from climate change. The ACCC is taking Microsoft to court. And in sport, delisted GWS defender Josh Fay has signed with Central Districts for the 2026 SANFL season. The 5AA forecast. Partly cloudy this afternoon, 21 the top, sunny tomorrow, also a top of 21. Right now it's 17 degrees. We'll have more news for you at 4 on 5AA. Always
Some things need an emergency department, but if you're umming and ahhing on what to do, it might be more of an emergency. If you're unwell and unsure what to do, call Health Direct on 1800 022 222 and a registered nurse will help you find the best care for you. A message from the Government of South Australia.
Hi, Daniel Talley here, General Manager of Home. That's HAUME. Put simply, we buy homes. We don't charge fees, there's no advertising costs or commissions, none of that. We just make the process of selling your home easy. So if you're looking to downsize and have a home built before the 90s, we'll be able to help you save time, money and the effort it takes to sell. Thinking of downsizing? Visit home.com.au. That's HAUME.com.au.
Tired of rising power bills? What if you could eliminate power bills forever? With NRG Solar, the new cheaper home batteries program gives eligible homes and businesses up to 30% off the cost of a new home battery, saving you thousands. NRG Solar has the know-how to help you claim the rebate and design a system that delivers real long-term value. Own your energy, own your future. Call 1300 858 160, that's 1300 858 160, or visit nrgsolar.com.au now.
Generic brand cleaning services. Press 1 if you'd like to stay on hold for another 30 minutes. Or if you'd like to scream into the handset, press 2.
At Servicing SA, Cleaning and Facility Solutions, you speak to real South Aussies about cleaning your retail, commercial or community property. The interstaters might promise the world, but will they show up when the bins overflow on Friday? Affordable, reliable and 100% local. That's Servicing SA. Go to servicingsa.com.au.
So, what are you up to this summer?
I'm going on a little Euro trip.
Exciting. Got your passport?
Nope.
Bags packed?
Nah.
Flights booked?
Don't need any.
Get a taste of Europe this summer right here in Adelaide at the Pole Art Festival from December 27 to January 5. Adelaide comes alive with Polish music, dance, theatre, literature, food and more. Tickets now on sale for Golden Steps Swirling Threads. Sunday, December 28. Visit pol.art.
Ocean Bar Kitchen. Ocean Bar and Kitchen at Henley Beach is Adelaide's favourite destination for coastal dining. Enjoy the views from Glenelg to Grange as you indulge in the mouth-watering Italian menu curated by celebrity chef Adam Swanson. Pair your meal with delicious wines or cocktails and take in the fresh ocean air as well as the view. Open 7 days a week. Search Ocean Bar and Kitchen to book today. Cheers to the best view in Adelaide.
Live, local. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
So Supernova, the very popular pop culture expo, is returning to
I think that's fair. Yeah. It's he's one of those characters that the parents can trust him. If you put on a Winnie the Pooh show, it's almost like getting a free babysitter. I've had them tell me that. They go, well, if we put on a Pooh, at least we know they're not going to be going through any graveyards haunting or doing any scary no scariness, and it's wholesome, but it's good. It's not corny. It's not sappy. It's very. It's the kind of stuff you can trust your kids around.
Was there an original Pooh voice that you had to get close to? What do you channel when you're doing Pooh's voice?
Well, sure. Back in the early '60s, they had Winnie the Pooh, a short, Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2, Winnie the Pooh and a Day for Eeyore, and those were each 22 minutes long. So they were like the cartoon, so to speak, before the movie.
Sure.
Back then. And somebody, some very smart person said, let's put these three together, and now we can call it a feature-length movie. So they did that, and it was in the mid-'60s, 64, I don't recall, but they won the Academy Award. And interestingly enough, and I can't imagine who made this calculation, but I'm glad they did, they didn't do anything with the franchise until 20 years later, which is fine with me because it gave me a chance to grow up. And then when they auditioned, I found myself voicing Winnie the Pooh and occasionally Tigger because the great Paul Winchell, my dear friend, he was still with us. He was the original Tigger.
Yes.
And he was back and forth between Africa doing humanitarian work, conquering hunger of all things, and coming back and bouncing around doing Tigger. So I was Tigger when he wasn't available, and then of course he ultimately retired, and he's passed away, of course, and God bless him. And so I'm your Tigger.
So Pooh, you've done for almost 40 years, is that right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
What's Pooh's biggest catchphrase when you do the voice? When people say, "Oh, Jim, please do the voice for me," is there a line that you do, or is it just anything in that voice people love?
Well, it's oh bother. All right, I wonder if you had just such a thing as a smackerel of honey about you. As long as it's got some honey.
Yes. But it's so great for generations, Jim. I get warmth from it. My kids, that's the beauty of longevity, isn't it? That you, you entertain so many people. So Pooh for the best part of 40 years, as you mentioned, Tigger on and on. You're the voice of Tassie Devil. I didn't realise you were the voice of Tassie Devil. Yeah. And you've done that for like 30 plus years.
Oh, at least. Absolutely. Yeah. We did, the great Mel Blanc originated that character. And he did Taz in 5 separate shorts, but he was so ubiquitous, I thought, and I was actually shocked, excuse me, to find out that the original was really featured in only 5 short cartoons.
Yes,
and of course, when they brought him back, Mel was no longer with us, so they cast out a net and. To see who could replicate that, and I wound up being Winnie the Pooh and the Anti-Pooh, and that would be Taz. Sorry.
So when you're thinking of that, are you just looking at you're imagining him just spinning around like crazy, thinking what voice goes with that?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, he had established that. They call it the spin, and it. Oh. And then he comes out of that and he, eats a rock or something.
Yes.
And I'll have to tell you, on one of my trips to, I don't know, it might have been Brisbane. I'm not 100% sure, but I went to a zoo down in Australia, and I went there and I was shocked, and I saw some real Tasmanian devils, and I was shocked at how small they are.
Yes.
I thought they were going to be much bigger.
Yes.
But I have to tell you, the thing that cracked me up, and my family will tell you the two, they're going, "Oh, Dad, look, it's a Tasmanian devil." And I said, "Oh, I got to say hello to my buddy." And he was down there, and you know how they look, and they're kind of cute. and he scooted away, and he was going, and I went, oh my God, they actually sound like that.
They do. They don't spin in circles crazy, but they do. They've got that. And we, as kids, as Australians, we were always so excited because there was a symbol of Australia on these cartoons and on these shows and movies that we love.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
And Pete's,
I'm just so honored.
Pete's probably the other big one, isn't it? I mean, you've been doing Pete for 30 plus years too.
Yeah. Cheers, yeah. Well, there you go. Somebody's got to say hello to the goof. My good old buddy Mickey the Mouse. Yeah, he's what passes for a villain when he needs be, but he's mostly there, I think, like for instance in Goof Troop and Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, he's there to provide friction, not mess.
Yep. What a joy. Is it I've asked voice actors this before. Do you do it on your own? Are you part of an ensemble when you're doing these movies, commercials, shows, singing, or are you in your booth? Is it a very isolated kind of gig where you just get to see it and away you go?
Yes, that's pardon me. I don't prefer doing it alone. COVID really pushed it over the top, and I was never overly concerned for it. In fact, I caught COVID, and I didn't even know I had it. I just thought I felt like sleeping, and I had a sore throat. And then I went to the doctor, and he said, "Well, you got the very famous latest import from China." And I said, "What?"
The spicy cough. Yep.
Yeah. And so, as a result, all the studios, all the production offices, they said, "Well, we're just going to do them solo. And you can go in and do it, blah, blah, blah."
Yep.
Then they come in and they clean off, get you a new microphone, spray it down, and the whole bit. And,
yep.
And much ado about nothing. But of course, God bless the people for whom it was tough. No doubt about that.
Do you enjoy doing these kind of events, Jim? I imagine you in particular, when you see the lineup of people at Supernova who come to see you to say hello, to get a photo, autograph, whatever the case might be, yours more than any probably would have such a diversity in age and range because people love Pooh who are young children right through to see when the movies came out. Everyone loves Pooh.
Yes, it's funny. I just this year it occurs to me that I'm on my third generation. Because I'm 72, and there are plenty of folks out there who bring their kids, and their kids are 40, and those 40-year-olds bring their kids, and their kids are 3 or 4 or 10 or and so I've got 3 generations standing in front of me, and they're all wearing Winnie the Pooh shirts or Tinker or Taz, and it's a blessing. I consider it an honor. I don't take myself seriously, but I take my work seriously.
Yeah, of course. That's a great way. Well, you bring so much joy. We're so thankful that you're coming to see us here in Adelaide.
Thank you, Leith.
I love that Supernova gives an opportunity for this. We may never get the chance to rub shoulders with people like yourself, but we can across the weekend of October 31 to November 2. You're at the showground, supernova.com.au. I know you visited our country before, but you get any downtime? Yes. You get to see the sights?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, no doubt about it. That's that's why we're coming down there, and we're sticking around till you kick us out.
Wonderful. We'll never kick you out. We'd love to have it. Jim, congratulations on your career. Extraordinary, and thanks for bringing so much joy to so many people for so long.
Well, thank you, Leith. And I should mention, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that I have a podcast that I hope all can enjoy. It's called Tuned In with Jim Cummings.
Yes.
Tuned In with Jim Cummings. It's on all the podcast. It's everything every place that you expect. And you know what it is? It's the faces and the characters that you do know, but it's the stories you don't.
Yeah, that's great. Tuned In with Jim Cummings, where you get your podcast. You can see Jim at Supernova, October through to the 2nd of November. Supernova.com.au. Lovely to meet you. You're a legend. Thanks so much, Jim.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Lee. Be well. Godspeed.
Coast to the Outback. If you're planning a road trip, Ned McHenry will help you get there. Join Ned every Thursday at 11 a.m. with Graham Goodings for On the Road with Ned. Thanks to Travel Auctions. Dreaming of a bargain holiday? Bid the price you want to pay. Travelauctions.com.au. Vid, win, go.
Plant the seed of your legacy. Centennial Park's new Living Legacy Forever flowers offers a heartfelt and sustainable way to commemorate your loved one. For the first time in South Australia, Living Legacy's groundbreaking science allows your loved one's ashes to positively impact the environment, creating a beautiful, lasting tribute where friends and family can gather and reflect whilst contributing to the beautiful botanical environment. To learn more about Living Legacy Forever flowers, visit centennialpark.org.
It's a tragic fact. Unused clothes and shoes can lie forgotten in cupboards and drawers for years. Cold, dark, alone. But on Saturday, November 1st, you can set your unused clothes free at South Australia's biggest textile recycling event. Simply pack up your clean, good quality garments and linens and drop them off at your nearest collection point between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. on Saturday, November 1st. To find your nearest collection point, visit greenindustries.sa.gov.au.
One day you wake up and it's not so cold anymore. The sun is out. The air is warm. You ditch the overcoat for a linen shirt. You trade the pullover for a polo and swap the boots for loafers. It feels like life is just beginning again. A fitting start to summer. For all the confidence under the sun, head to Peter Shearer.
Introducing The Caliente by Beechwood Homes. A multi-level masterpiece of design, innovation and style. Inspired by the effortless glamour of Palm Springs in California, it's bathed in natural light through clever architectural design. At its heart, a stunning 6-metre island bench anchors a kitchen that's as beautiful as it is functional. The Caliente is open for viewing at 10 Simon Crescent, Craigburn Farm, Saturdays and Sundays 1 to 4:30 p.m. Life's good. It's even better in a Beechwood home.
I'm high! The Excelsior Hotel has always felt like home. And for seniors, it's always been great value with 20% discount on selected bistro meals. Yep, 20% off. Feeding the whole family? Bring them all Saturday or Sunday for live acoustic music from 5 p.m. And kids eat free. Some conditions apply. The Excelsior Hotel feels like home, but better. You just know it's a Barreau Hotel.
Hi, I'm Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. Spring has traditionally been the peak time for selling your home. As the gardens bloom, so too do buyer numbers. But while demand is high, stock levels remain at historic lows. That means more competition for the homes on the market and a greater chance of achieving a premium result for your property. At Toop and Toop, our experience, local knowledge and negotiation expertise give you the edge when it matters most. Visit toop.com.au to find out more.
5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
8 minutes to 4 on this Monday afternoon. Stephen Rowe, Tim Geneva coming up with the very latest in sport. We'll speak to Rowie, find out what's on the big show in just 1 second. Apologies to those of you who are Block fans. So we are waiting for Britt and Taz to log into our conversation that was meant to be 22 minutes ago, and they still haven't. So there might be a bit going on in Dalesford. Maybe there's a bit going on in Blockland. Apologies for that. We'll endeavour to get them. If they pop up before 4 o'clock, we'll have a quick chat. If not, we'll endeavour to get them on tomorrow and celebrate and congratulate them on their win. So a lot to talk about in the Block universe, even for those of you or us who may not watch the show. I'm sure you've heard about some of the stories that have come out of last night. Some are describing it as a disastrous finale for some of the members, because whilst Britt and Taz were lucky enough to make some money, they walk away with $400,000, I think was their, $420 was their takeaway, above their reserve. There were two that walked away with nothing. So that would be a hard little slog, to be honest. Months and months of work and being away from your family and doing all of that kind of stuff. And then you walk away and your house doesn't sell. You would be a little disappointed for that. It was interesting, though, because if you really sort of dig deep, and this is why I'm really keen to speak to Bronte Manuel from Toops about it on Wednesday, the reserves were set at more than $2 million above the median house price for the town of Dalesford. So it's going to be pretty tough when the average house in Dalesford's $800,000 or $900,000 and you're trying to sell 5 over 3. That's pretty tough, I would have imagined. So there you go. Apologies if we can't get to Brit and Taz before the end of the show. However, not all is lost because your favourite, Stephen Rose, coming up from 4 o'clock with Tim Ginnivan. Are you a Block fan?
Nah.
Don't watch it?
Cannot stand that sort of TV. Anything that's fabricated.
Reality?
Oh, that's the word.
Okay.
It's not reality at all.
I'm not. Look, I never watched it either, but I was interested because a couple of Adelaide guys in this year, Robbie and Matt, and Robbie ran for Little Heroes.
Okay.
And so I sort of had an investment.
I like him,
we do like him.
Yeah.
So Robbie ran 90 Ks for 90,000 for the charity.
Wow.
And actually made more. Made about 120, 130.
Wow.
So he was on it. So I thought, you know what, I'll watch this year.
Yeah, I like him already.
Trying to do that, but then I don't traditionally watch it. But imagine being away from Jodie and the kids for 6 months and then your house doesn't sell and you get nothing.
Not happening.
How flat would you be?
Yeah, flat as a bush biscuit. Hey, let's talk sport.
Yes,
36ers lost by a point in a heartbreaker. Cover that. Reds play tonight. Massive game.
Good little rivalry just quickly between United and the
MacArthur.
36ers as always.
Sorry, the two
and the Kings
competing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Alana King got 7 for 18. Absolutely spun a web, rolled South Africa. We play India Thursday in the second semi. When we're through to another World Cup final, we're going back to back. They are the most unbeatable, unbackable
Australian national
team. God, how good are they?
100%.
How good are they? Oh, God, and when they come out nicely, they come out nicely. The world champs in wood chopping.
Oh.
We'll talk about that.
Excellent.
6 years in a row.
Really?
Do you think we'd be a good wood chopping nation? I suppose we are if you're Tasmanian.
Remember, Big Dave Foster used to come and drop
Big Dave
past.
Foster used to do the same. We had a couple of Kiwis in our team, but we didn't tell anyone.
Oh, really? Okay.
No.
Well, hey, that's what we do. If anything in New Zealand's good, we claim it.
We do. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, it's a big show. See you after 4.
Stephen Rowe, Tim Ginnivan, next.
Coming up next, Adelaide's only local sport show. It's the very latest in sport, live from Adelaide. Enjoy the